YouTube. How we doing, family? It's your boy, Yo. And this is another episode of Yo Hoops. I go through every NBA game every day. Today's Saturday, November 15th, and we have a 5-game NBA card. I'm going to walk you through my thoughts, let you know what sides I like, and stick around, because I'll let you know my highlighted play of the day. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your favorite game in the comment section below. Without further ado, let me get into today's recap. Recapping yesterday, I dropped my highlighted play of the day. I took the Portland Trailblazers plus 7.5 points in Houston against the Houston Rockets. Ass kicking from start to finish, the Blazers didn't even win a single quarter. KD and Sengun were hooping, so that definitely played a big part on the offensive end, but where the Rockets really won that game was on defense. They forced 20 turnovers compared to Portland's 6. That's 14 more possessions in the game just based off turnovers. You're losing that one by margin every time. Final score was 140 to 116, Houston. I'm now 11-8-1, highlighted in November. Time to get busy. Without further ado, let me get into today's games. In our first matchup, we have the Memphis Grizzlies in Cleveland taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavs are minus 585 on the money line, and the total is 239.5. I'm already sick of the situation going on in Memphis. Now they come into this one even more banged up. Zach Edey and Brandon Clark are, of course, still ruled out, but now Cedric Coward is listed as doubtful. He's been one of their spark plugs, averaging 14, 6, and 3. Cleveland's already the better team, but without Coward, I think Memphis is in trouble. Darius Garland is still ruled out, but that's nothing new. I say we lay the points. I'm taking the Cavs laying the 11.5 as my first selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder in Charlotte taking on the Charlotte Hornets. Thunder are minus 1,400 on the money line, and the total is 225. The Hornets come into this one on the second leg of a back-to-back, flying from Milwaukee back home to Charlotte. They played a tightly contested game last night against the Bucks. It went into overtime, and a majority of their starters played over 40 minutes. OKC is banged up themselves, but they've won their last 4 straight by margin, fielding these same guys. Even in a normal scenario, I would probably lay the points, but considering the rest advantage, I see no reason why the Thunder don't win this game by 20 plus. I'm taking OKC laying the 16 points as my highlighted selection of the evening. Let's move. In our next matchup, we have the Toronto Raptors in Indiana taking on the Indiana Pacers. Raptors are minus 270 on the money line, and the total is 233. I felt like last year it was a fluke that the Pacers made it that far. I get that now they're severely banged up, but 1-11? Half the Thunder team is out, and they're 12-1. Everyone acts like losing Halliburton was such a big blow, and I get that, but you guys know what he averaged last year in the playoffs? 17, 8, and 5. I'm not even saying that's bad, but that doesn't get you to game 7 of the NBA Finals. That's a decent night for Russell Westbrook in year 18. I say all that to say I don't like this Pacers squad. Mathurin, Nesmith, and Toppin are all still ruled out. I don't necessarily love laying points on the road with Toronto, but here, I think it has to be done. I'm taking the Raptors laying the 6.5 as my next selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the Denver Nuggets in Minnesota taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Wolves are minus 135 on the money line, and the total is 235. The Wolves come into this one on the second leg of a back-to-back, but no travel as they remain at home. Even though this game is in Minnesota, I'm a little surprised to see the Nuggets as dogs with the rest advantage. The Wolves have been playing well in their last few games, but let's not forget they're still 5-7 against the spread on the season. I know you guys see Joker averaging 29, 13, and 11, and he just dropped 55 against the Clippers in LA. He's playing on another level, and I don't see Rudy Gobert slowing him down. If you're giving me points in my back pocket with the rest advantage, I'll take it. I'm taking the Nuggets plus the 2.5 as my next selection of the evening. In our last and final matchup, we have the Los Angeles Lakers in Milwaukee taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. Lakers are minus 115 on the money line, and the total is 230.5. This is going to be a fun one to watch. Besides LeBron, basically everyone important is playing, so we should get a gauge of where these two teams are at this point in the season. Both teams come into it on the second leg of back-to-backs. The Bucks remain at home while the Lakers fly in from New Orleans. The Bucks game went into overtime last night against the Hornets, and Giannis ended up playing 40 minutes, so that's something to keep in mind. I don't like the role players on either team if I'm being honest, but I think Luka and AR can do more than Giannis coming off an overtime game. I am worried about DeAndre Ayton in the paint dealing with Yanni, but like I'm saying, I think Luka and AR can do more. Take a look at Luka to go over his points prop at 32.5. He played relatively passive yesterday, so he should turn up tonight. I'm taking the Lakers on the money line as my last and final selection of the evening. And that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. 11, 8, and 1 highlighted in November. I need to get back in that win column immediately. Love our play today, though, so I think we get it done. I appreciate the support so much. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Yo! And until the next one, I'm going to catch y'all. Peace.